try to be nosy and hit up my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more. Tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, 1 point to guard. Big in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30.
Complete to Taylor. It's a gain of 53 yards. First down, Cleveland.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Johnson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And he's got some space here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A run for Nick Chubb. And he powers his way up past the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's into the clear. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Makes the score
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Chip man on that. Hug. Hey, Delta.
Now Rosen. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Let's go, defense. Out of time.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you
rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, wahoo!
6 man. Check her.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Browns. 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Mayfield on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Mayfield to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the right hash, this from 53. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Hey, alert! Hey!
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. They'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Going top shelf for Smith. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Hug. Hurry.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again?
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, and he'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. The Browns drive about to get started. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. And to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half, the same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screenplay.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Regular.
On 3rd and 1. Here's Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
180. Check back 27. Get that quarterback. And up.
47's a must, boy. 47.
First down, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Check my 50. My kid's a 50.
On second down, Mayfield again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Single, slot.
Hey, I'm wearing 33.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Damn.
Hey, foxtrot. My God.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. 23 yards on the play. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down as they have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Watch the sled.
50's the mark. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw again on second down. Rosen, he'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Greedy Williams picks it off. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. To throw is Rosen. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Mayfield. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
That's it, baby.
He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dexter Williams, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Rosen now off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jannard Avery came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Middle. Alert. My 40. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Bravo.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. He goes 57 yards on the punt return. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. looking to throw on second down. Rosen, rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Rosen looking to throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Patch it. Real.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Right there.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, it's Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Mayfield down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Rosen. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And now it's Rosen looking. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Now Callaway on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for Cleveland. 57 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hey, alert 33.
47's the mic, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Real.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Let's get off the field, D. Begin.
Protein spill.
Mayfield on play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
47's the mic. 47.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
58's the mic.
Here's Rosen to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. There he goes right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Rosen to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Watch out!
47's the mic.
Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Regular. 5.
Mayfield. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Mike's 47. Watch the curve.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
There's a party now.
Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Jamie Gillandale as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
At the 44-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get out the field, defense.
Now it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Check three. Hard. Check. Hey, exit.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20, 10, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want to give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.